What is going on, guys? XFusions here and welcome to another Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare video. Today I'm going to be giving you my guide on how you can play better as the foot soldier, and this is including any foot soldier with an automatic weapon such as the normal foot soldier or the sky trooper. So first off, we want to be thinking about aiming and actually being able to hit our target. Now that can be easily said, but one tip I do want to give you is that if the actual character is moving, if you aim your target slightly in front of the direction that the character is moving, then you will be more likely to actually hit the character. The reason for that is because there is actually a slight delay between you shooting it to actually being able to hit the character. So if you actually move it slightly in front of that character, then the time it takes for that bullet to reach the plant, it will actually move in front of your bullet, so you're going to have more chance of getting hit, and that way you can actually kill the character quicker. One tip that I am actually going to tell you, and I would advise practicing it because it is really good and can be really helpful in tricky situations. This is going to be close range kills, and it's going to be so you can keep your target on the actual plant but also be able to avoid their bullets. Now what I would tend to do is I'm going to actually show a little clip on screen now shooting a cactus. I'm going to be jumping around slightly to avoid the actual cactus's bullets, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be hip firing. So because the hip firing isn't that far off the actual X-ray as if you zoomed in, then it isn't actually hard to miss them. So if you're jumping around, so you just want to keep clicking A, if you hold that right trigger down, jump around slightly and make sure you keep your target on that actual cactus. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you've nailed it down, you'll be able to get so many more kills in tricky situations at close range. So I would advise using this because it is really helpful. The next thing I want to mention is that you have a rocket on the back of your back, so you should actually use that for two reasons. One of them is to get onto buildings, because using buildings to your advantage has a great advantage over the plants, especially that there's only actually the pea shooter that can actually get on the buildings as well. So if you go onto a building, you have a huge advantage for two reasons. One, you're higher, so you have more accuracy over them, and you only might have a head popping up slightly over the other side of a roof. And the other one is that if there's someone shooting at you, you can actually duck behind that roof then and actually get more cover. So make sure you use that rocket jump to your advantage to get onto buildings and getting into higher spots that other plants cannot get to. The second part of the actual rocket is if someone is shooting at you, you can use that rocket jump into the air, try and get away from the actual fire that's being shot at you, or simply jump into the air, look down and try and shoot them while you're in the air. There are so many different methods that you can use this rocket for, so I would use all of them to your advantage to make sure you get the kills and can actually end up winning games and getting more coins. Another ability that the actual zombie has is the smoke cloud. Now a lot of you might not actually use this, but I would suggest using this. For one reason, if you're playing gardens and graveyards and you don't want to go straight into the garden, if you chuck that zombie stink cloud into that garden, you could have the chance of getting a kill, like maybe accidentally nicking it off somebody else, but the fact is if you get that kill, then you've earned yourself some more coins and you're on a higher kill streak. Another reason which I use quite a lot is if you actually are being shot at, if you use that smoke cloud and just chuck it on the floor, you then have a little bit of cover where the plant cannot directly see you, so you could potentially get away, use that rocket jump into the air. They're not going to have a clue you've gone into the air, and you could maybe jump over a wall or get on a building or something. So I would definitely suggest using the smoke cloud to be able to get away from cover fire and make sure that you can survive. The final thing I want to mention to you is, yes, we have the ZPG. Now I prefer this one to the multi-rockets just because of the fact if you get a direct kill on the actual plant, for example if it's a sunflower that's locked into the ground or a pea shooter is in his Gatling, then you are going to get that kill in one shot. Now one tip that I do actually like to use is, for example, if you see a pea shooter in its Gatling gun, if you have the jump ability and the ZPG at the same time, this is absolutely brilliant. The reason for this is you can jump into the air. It makes it so much harder for the actual Gatling to be able to actually hit you, as if you're standing still it might kill you before you actually are able to shoot the ZPG, because it does take about a second. So if you jump into the air, as soon as you press that Y button to jump into the air, press B and it will start to shoot your ZPG. What you can then do is easily aim your target onto the pea shooter, and it does take a lot of practicing, but what I tend to do is once the actual ZPG is just above the pea shooter, I'm slowly becoming down to the ground, so I'll be falling to the ground. So once I get onto the pea shooter, the actual ZPG will actually lock onto the actual pea shooter and it will directly hit it. Now this can avoid you from actually being shot because you're in the air and moving high, and also you are going to get that kill, so you're not going to die. So I would definitely use this trick trick to your advantage. I'm obviously going to show one of these tricks on the actual game so you can see what it looks like, and I can do this from distances because there'll be a red target when it is actually on target of the plant. So if you use this to your advantage, you're going to get a lot more kills, so I would suggest using this. But anyway, that's it for this guide on the actual foot soldier and how you can do better with it. Hopefully this has helped you, because I do tend to get about 60 kills in a game and I can actually get about 20,000 coins, and I like to use this foot soldier more than any other character in the game. So hopefully these tips can help you out and make you as good as a player with the foot soldier as I am myself. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you did find it helpful and you did enjoy it, hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome Plants vs Zombies Garden Warfare videos. My name's Xerix Fusions, and I'll catch you guys next time.